What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Roy's Customs. My name's Roy, and today I'm going to be finally getting down to fleecing the side skirts. Hopefully I'll get them both, but probably not, because that's the way things go for me. But I do have the templates on. I did that last night so that they would be done and out of the way, and it gave me something to do last night. So anyways, I got those on. I got a couple of strips of fleece here. This isn't going to be like a stretch thing. This is just going to be like a lay over sort of thing. Just put the fiberglass resin and then just lay it on and roll it over. It should work out just fine. Fiberglass resin is pretty sticky, so it will hold quite well, and this doesn't weigh anything, so it's not like it has to be like super glue or anything. So, and once it gets hardened, it'll be bonded to the surface anyway. So anyways, that's what we're doing today, so check that out. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna mix us up some resin. I already got the two pieces over there laying on the mats. I put them on a mat. So we're gonna go ahead and get to this, mixing up the resin, and then we're gonna get over there and we're gonna start putting the strips on there. It may look ugly at first, but after cleanup and body filler and stuff, it'll be just fine. You got your little cheap chip brush, got your mixing cup, and then you got your resin. Try not to make a huge mess here. Yeah, we probably ought to make some more. Okay, well, that should be enough to get us started. We can always make more as we need it, so it's no big deal. Alright, so anyways, I've been laying on the ground and stuff, and I had to cut some excess off to get it to stay up there, but I do believe that it might be okay. Anything that does end up flopping down or anything I can deal with later, but I wanted to get this lip on here, and then I'll sand it down, and I may have to end up adding a little bit more like fiberglass cloth to a few places, like especially on the end caps. So anyways, the idea behind this is I'm going to actually have to cut this a lot with the sandpaper and shape this up. Also, I'll have to put some more body filler, because I'm going to end up making this even with the bottom of the door, which, well, not the bottom of the door, but the actual top of the door facing on the bottom. I'll roll that over, and it'll just kind of become part of the body, so to say. But on like the fender, I'm going to separate it, and back here I'm going to end up separating it, well, so it looks separated. But as far as the cradle of the door, it's going to actually be rolled up over so that it kind of comes down and becomes part of the side skirt. So got that just in time. It'll take a little bit of time for it to set up though. Okay, so now all I can really do is just sort of wait for that to harden up and get set. And then what I'll do is I'll probably sand it down, and then I'll look at spots that need to be maybe fit a little bit better or something, and then I'll mix up another little batch and I'll get some of my fiberglass cloth and I'll go through and I'll work on the end caps a little bit, fill some of that in, because that's, especially this front one, it's awfully big, and then the back one needs to be filled because it's not too bad. It's not nearly as bad as the front is, but anyways, I'll get to that as soon as I can. Okay, so I do have my pieces cut for the end caps. This isn't all the way dry yet, which is fine that it's not all the way hardened up, because I'm just going to end up putting another layer all the way across it anyways. So it really doesn't matter, because it will all harden anyways and it'll be just fine. But I do have my pieces cut for my end caps, and I am going to go ahead and I'm going to get those put on there, and I'm going to get another layer spread all the way down this thing to kind of try to fill in some of the voids and stuff. Anyways, I'm going to get to that. Okay, so now that I got another coat on there and I got my end caps fiberglassed up, now we wait, and then I'll hit it up with some sandpaper, some 120 probably, and then I'll start the body filler. So anyways, I know it looks a little bit messy, a little bit gloppy on the ends, but it's okay, because whenever you knock it down with the sandpaper and you get it all cleaned up and then you get the body filler on it and stuff, it's gonna look really good. Like I say though, the most important part of this whole process is symmetry, making that side look like this side look like that side. So I'm gonna do my very best at that. But there is more work that needs to be done, so I'll let that set up and I'll get back to it. Okay guys, it's been quite a while. I guess I should have put a little more hardener in that. This is taking quite a long time to harden. It's taken longer than it should. It's still not hard. It's a little rubbery. It will harden. It's just I didn't put enough in it to harden it fast enough. So basically, I'm just going to call this done for today for this video. I will actually get back to it tomorrow. I'll sand it down. I'll start my first smoothing coat of body filler. And I did go ahead and I started sanding on that side, and I went ahead and I smoothed down the bottom. I will get the templates mounted up tonight so that they'll be ready for tomorrow, because after I get this sanded down and get my coat of body filler on it, I should be able to just kind of jump over to the other side and get working on it. So anyways, like I said, about a day and a half for each side. This would have went a lot faster and been a lot simpler if I'd have just made this in the shape that you know, in this shape in the first place. It would have been kind of like one and done sort of thing, but I didn't make it in the shape I wanted. I just made it in a general shape, and now I'm having to go back and do extra work and use extra material that I didn't calculate into the original cost. So actually at this point I'm only about $30 over my projected budget that I should have been on. But if you go ahead and design it the way you know you want it, and if you go ahead and get all the materials all at once, you should be looking at under $150 for everything. That's the primer, the sandpaper, the body filler, and the fiberglass resin, and the fiberglass matting, and or cloth, whichever you choose to use. So anyways, guys, gals, I appreciate you guys watching. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, hit the notifications, and have a spectacular day or night, whichever one it is for you. Peace out.